fáilte roimh go dtí stáid semple anseo in Ulas Éile, le haid clé Canisimoníochta Hebridáin, idir Cashel Cormick ó Hebridáin Hir, agus Maniste na Creshanéfa Ballycahill ó Hebridáin Lár. Good afternoon, everybody, or should I say, a very bad afternoon here in Semple Stadium for the showpiece of our county senior hurling championship, the final between the mid-champions Holycross Ballycahill and West champions Cashel Cormick. And the mid-champions Holycross have arrived onto the field to a tumultuous reception from their loyal fans, captained by Declan Carr. And we must say that the day is becoming very wet indeed. We had a splendid afternoon here for the minor final, won by Eden's Hope, beating Holycross in a marvellous game, played in beautiful conditions. But alas, the rain falls in Semple Stadium and the clouds are gathering round, and it looks like being a very bad evening indeed. We'll give you the line-outs. Cashel Cormick in goals, number 1 John Ryan, full back line, right corner TJ, full back Pat O'Donoghue, and left corner Joe Minogue. Half back line, on the right Conal Bonner, centre half Pat Fitzell, and left half Tony Slattery. Midfield Colin Bonner and Willie Fitzell. Half forward line, Rémi Ryan on the right, Cormac Bonner centre forward, and James O'Donoghue at left half. Full forward line, Ailby Bonner, John Grogan and Tommy. Holycross Ballycahill on the other hand, they will line out in goals Pat Slattery, full back line Johnny Doyle, number 3 Tom Dwyer, and number 4 Rory Dewan. Half back line Phil Cahill, number 6 Michael Doyle, and number 7 Phil Dwyer. Midfield Declan Carr and Pat Flanagan. Half forward line Paddy Dewan, Stephen Dewan and Tonto or Tony Lanigan. Full forward line Paul Slattery, Robert Stakelum and Paul Marr. We've had the unusual occurrence here of the Cormicks coming out on the field, then leaving the field again for about 7 or 8 minutes and coming back on again. Just as they arrived on the field, the rain came down. And I notice now the Holycross substitutes have gone over to the new stand under the shelter. The referee for today's game is Willie Barrett, calling the captains to midfield. Declan Carr on the one hand and Cormac Bonner on the other. I notice the Cashel Cormick subs have gone over to the new stand as well for shelter. Cormicks are going to play from right to left and Holycross Ballycahill from left to right. And Anisha Corja beg out on Nivianabeg. Referee Paddy or Willie Barrett in the middle of the field, and we're almost ready for this year's county senior hurling final between Holycross Ballycahill and Cashel Cormick. Already a little bit of gamesmanship. Tony Lanigan playing left corner forward, Paddy Dewan left half, and it's Holycross gone into an early attack. through Paul Slattery. Going back is Fitzell, number 6. And Fitz out along the ground. As far as Paul Maher. Paul Maher playing right half out. A dangerous ball by Declan Carr right inside the goalkeeper, John Ryan. And John Ryan drives it clear. A great clearance by John. Over halfway line to Johnny Doyle. To Declan Carr. In there is Elby Bonner. And Phil Cahill. Paddy O'Lanigan belts it along the ground to Stephen Lewan. Stephen turns right and a great ball inside to Robert Stakeland. And it's Pat Donoghue. Flicks it out and goes after it. And Pat clears it defensively over the line. And it'll be a line ball for Holycross. Cashel have never won this title in the 100 years of the association. They appeared in it under the race course in 1913, losing that one in an objection. Appearing again in 37, 39 and 40. A beautiful cut, gone right across the goal mouth by Declan Carr, and it's gone to the left and it's gone wide. A marvellous carnival atmosphere in Semple Stadium. And I'd say about 15,000 of a crowd here to witness the final between the West champions, Kincormacs, and the mid champions, Holycross Ballycahill. Johnny Doyle racing out of the fence. Beaten there by Cormac Bonner. Cormac to Phil the Wire. Phil the Wire coming away. And left-handed Phil. Only as far as Stephen Lewan, and it's pulled on very well by Paddy right inside. And Pat Donoghue had to look sharp. It's Tonto going for a run on the far side. Tonto dropped it inside. Pat Donoghue rising with Robert Stakeland. It's now Stephen Lewan with some space. Challenged and beaten by Pat Fitzell, and the ball has gone off his stick over the line on the far side of the field. It'll be a line ball. One man we missed on our build-up to this game, and that was Phil Cahill playing at right half back on the Holycross Ballycahill team. A team his father played for, but Tony played, or Phil I should say, played with Mike Harkey-Burris until a transfer early on this year. His grandfather, of course, won an All-Ireland medal in 25 and another in 1930. We'll follow the play. It's Paddy Lewan. Opens the scoring. The first score of the game for Holycross. Paddy Lewan from the left half-forward position. Out by John Ryan, beyond midfield, batted down by Phil Cahill. Willie Fitzell puts it over the sideline, and it's a line ball. And gone back is Phil Cahill. Some very interesting duels in prospect here in this final. That between Fitzell and Stephen Lewan, Pat Fitzell that is. Cormac Bonner and Michael Doyle. Declan Carr and Willie Fitzell, I think it's detailed to mark him. Going back is Pat Fitzell. A man with loads of experience. Steers it left-handed, very near the sideline. Pulled on by Elby. Elby Bonner, great ball by Elby. Right inside towards James Donoghue. James and Rory Lewan, and Rory left-handed. Going back is Tom Dwyer to cover. Tom challenged by John Grogan. Tom, left-handed, gets in his clearance. Rising for it is Cormac Bonner, or Connell. And it's now Colm, and Colm has an attack. And Colm drives it over the bar. A marvellous point by Colm Bonner. After 4 minutes of play, Colm Bonner the scorer. Took out by Pat Slattery. Flicked on into the right corner to Paul Slattery. Joe Minogue racing. And Slattery, a great ball right across the field. Young TJ Connolly racing. He rises high and holds it brilliantly. And left-handed, a marvellous clearance by TJ up the left. Rising again, Johnny Doyle takes a heavy blow there. He goes on. He's under pressure from 1-2. Cashel gets in his clearance left-handed. Looks at his hand as well. But it's TJ, the other cornerback. Loses possession to Tony. Tony Lanigan going through is fouled in transit. And a free in there for Holycross. 1 point apiece. The breeze hardly a factor here, blowing right across the field, from right to left. Stephen Lewan stands over it. Stephen puts it over the bar for another score for Holycross. to 1. And certainly on the evidence of the forum approaching this game, this should be a very even contest. Referees having a look there at Declan Carr, who's nursing an injury, and this isn't looking good for the Holycross captain. Attention there for Declan Carr. And certainly he's been such an influential factor on their team this year that were they to lose him, he would be a huge loss to their chances. He's back in action, looking a little shaken there, nursing that injury. We'll follow the play. John Ryan Bob, the goalkeeper. Pucks it out, a good puck. Dropping under 65. Come up on a pulse on it. Fill the wire into Paddy the one. Paddy in still further to Tony Lanigan. And TJ rises marvellously. TJ Connolly, marvellous work by TJ. Up to the other cornerback, Rory the one. And Cormac Bonner. Ball breaks outside to Colin Bonner. Runs on over it. It's now Padjo Lanigan. Challenged by Tony Slattery. Padjo still going. Padjo still going. Drives it right inside. Ball breaks inside to Joe Minogue. Joe has it. The ball is on the ground. Kicks it clear to Fitzell. And a foul there by Paul Slattery and Joe Minogue. And there will be a free out there for King Cormac. Willie Fitzell is screaming for it. Here under the old stand. Pat O'Donoghue thinks twice. Lifts it and strikes it clear. Right down the centre. Cormac Bonner rising. Ball breaking to James Donoghue and Johnny Doyle. The older, experienced man flicks it clear. Up to Stephen Dewan. Stephen beaten by Connell Bonner. Connell up the right. Only as far as Rory. Rory Dewan under pressure from James E. Donoghue. Clears it over the line. It's a line ball. The rain is still pouring down in Semple Stadium and making conditions very difficult for the players, but the contest has been very even and very good thus far. Stephen Dewan playing marvellous hurling this year under severe pressure from Fitzell. Going away from Fitzell, gets in his stroke low and hard. Pat O'Donoghue clears it. Out as far as Paddy Dewan, but it's Connell Bonner. Out to his brother, only finds Stephen Dewan. Stephen with a chance from 65, drops it short. Dangerous ball. Pat Donoghue rising. Paul right inside the goalkeeper. John Ryan Bob. John coming out. Challenged by Paul Slattery. John is still going through. Flicks it out to Tony Slattery. Great work by the goalkeeper. Tony left-handed. To Phil, to Tommy Grogan. Out to the middle of the field. Inside to Colin Bonner. Colin Bonner kicks it clear. And it's hooked very well. Pulled on by Ramey Ryan. Inside to James E. Donoghue. Under pressure from Rory Dewan. It's now Phil Dwyer out to Declan Carr. Holds it marvellously. Drives it down the right. Paul Slattery and Joe Minogue. Minogue now on Robert Stakelum. Robert shrugs off the tackle. Inside to Paul Slattery. Slattery with a chance and over the bar. Paul Slattery. After 8 minutes of play, score 3 points to 1. And we have 3 Holycross forwards on the score sheet already. Paddy Dewan, Stephen Dewan and Paul Slattery. A foul there under the dropping ball by Pat Slattery, and there will be a free for the King Cormacs. Connell Bonner, right half-back on the county team and all-star right half-back this year, to take the free just beyond the 65. He lifts it, strikes it, dropping it short. Out to the right, John Grogan rising, James E. Donoghue rising. James under pressure from Rory Dewan. The ball's gone over the sideline, and or the end line, it'll be a 65. And again, Connell Bonner has to negotiate with a wet ball and very wet conditions, but he's calling out Tommy Grogan. Tommy Grogan, who's been in excellent form this year from place balls. 3 points to 1. Tommy lifts it well, has the distance, drives it over the bar. A point by Tommy Grogan. Three points to 2. Pat Slattery. A puck out for the Holycross goalkeeper. Pucks it long, over the 65. Colin Bonner breaks it down, and on a run. Challenge now by Paddy the one. Bonner still going through, hands it into his brother Cormac. Cormac is beaten by Michael Doyle. And Cormac Bonner again, right inside to his brother Ailby. Ailby now under pressure, turns away, and Ailby has a shot, and it's gone over the bar. Ailby Bonner, the baby of the family. A beautiful point for the left half forward. 3 points each. And we've played 11 minutes of the first half. Puck out dropping. Beyond midfield again. Tony Slattery under pressure from Paddy Dewar out Paul Maher, and Paul Maher, dangerous ball left-handed. John Wine comes out and holds it marvellously. And John drives it clear out to the right to Ramey Ryan. Ramey under pressure from Phil Dwyer. Now it's Paddy O'Lanigan, a poor ball. Finds Paddy the one. Paddy is upended, and there's a foul there. A foul there on Paddy the one, and a free in for Holycross Ballycahill. Declan Carr, the captain, almost on the 65. Strikes it, drops inside the 14. Pat O'Donoghue comes out, busting clear, and fouled in transit there, and a free out for the King Cormacs. Holycross, of course, appearing in their second final on the trot. Beaten last year in a very close encounter by Clonolty Rossmore. Colin Bonner in the middle of the field, drives it right inside. Tom Dwyer, challenged by John Grogan. It's now Johnny Doyle. Johnny coming away. Johnny showing to Cashel a clean pair of heels and kicks it clear. Ball dropping now for Tonto Lanigan. Out to Colin Bonner. Already playing very well in this game. Colin right-handed out to his brother Cormac. And it's James Donoghue